Hey Earth and I fam, welcome back to a Sunday Flow. Shayna here. This is actually my third time recording because it was not recording for some reason both times. The first time I kind of knew it wasn't recording, but I just let myself flow, which was magical. It is magical. And then I tried a round two and it was not recording again. So I'm actually going to check if it's recording. The energy coming through is all about perception, power, and paying attention, and the fact that you are molding your life through every conscious thought, through every experience you have, for every reflection that you make. And we're just really going to dive right into that. So I invite you to just relax, let this message resonate where it may, and open yourself up to new perceptions and deeper love and renewed understanding, so that we can all leave this with truer empowerment and deeper knowledge and wisdom on what we're meant to do here. Attention is the most vital and high-end currency on this planet. Over anything else, over money, over status, attention is everything. When you're able to make that shift into that knowing, we've been conditioned really deeply to understand, just money as currency. That's really representative of what you've done with your life, who you are. But when we're able to flip-flop that and kind of say, well, who I am and what I do with my life is reflected through these external currencies. The number one currency is where I focus my attention, because that creates the perception of life. We have this thing called collective illusion, where we have this belief that everybody thinks the same way as us, whether we're aware of it or not. And we have this underlying belief that that's the way that things are meant to be. What we have to understand is that's natural, because we have this relativity among each other. We're all experiencing life as human beings. We're all on this planet, these are green, and our mind kind of really blows that up and it lets it sink into like our deepest thoughts. And that's where shame kind of comes in, because we run our own paradigms against the perceived paradigms of the collective. Why am I bringing that up? Because when we fall into that too much, it stops us from evolving, it stops us from growing, and from seeing a new way to perceive life. Because we're community beings, we need to live together. And sometimes that halts us from, wandering off from the pack. But what we have to realize is that's our true nature. We will still be loved when we wander off from the pack. We will still be loved when we choose to change the way that we see relationships or whatever it may be. I made some really good analogies and I'm going to share those, but I'm going to add a twist because I want to make this natural and authentic. Another part of this experience is, can you guys see me good? Another part of this experience is, as humans, we really want to have our hands in every bucket. We really want to fix, we want to progress, but we can get too caught up in the outside and wanting to fix everything that we aren't checked in with our true directional cues. What that kind of means is our ego ends up getting involved a little bit and wants to just fix everything. And as silly as that sounds, it's because the ego is not inherently evil. It's not inherently bad. It really does want success, these amazing things for us, but we have to realize it has a very limited purpose. And over time, its presence has expanded insanely, and we don't understand, it doesn't understand that it just has a little smudge in our life. Being able to check ourselves in that and be like, I can't do anything about that. Yes, I want that to change in my life, but I can only focus on what I can do now instead of trying to reach over there and fix that. So I'm going to relate this to the power of our attention. So let's say that you have 4 mason jars right here. And you have a nice long pipe filled up to this abundant natural stream. And there is a little gauge right here. And that gauge represents awareness. And it opens up when it wants to pay attention, and it's closed when it's in reflection. So you have these 4 mason jars. And the overarching idea I want you to put with this is that you're going to ask for something from an overseer, whether it's a parent, someone at work. And these 4 jars represent these 4 ideas. The first one is, I'm really proud that I am able to articulate myself well, and I feel confident in my ability to share what I truly desire. The next one is, I really hope I don't regret asking for more. The third one, I feel very confident in my ability to be fulfilled through this experience and this exploration. I know I am worthy of receiving what I am asking for, and I trust in the universe to deliver what is needed and necessary and most aligned. The last one, I'm super anxious about this conversation. I hope I don't say the wrong thing. I don't want to be nervous. I hope I don't regret this. Which one are you going to focus on? No brainer. I really like 3, but I'll be honest, my knee jerk at times is to focus on the last one, the one where I'm focusing on the fact I'm going to be anxious, I might be nervous energy might come up, and I'm relating that to the conversation we just had. We want to fix things. We want to rid ourselves of certain things, and we have to understand that the best way to do that is kind of be a step back, allow those boundaries. Overexerting ourselves into that mindset just perpetuates the situations and expands the difficulty in navigating. So now you have this water filter, and you're going to go ahead and lift the tab up, and water's going to come out. Your consciousness has the power to direct the water to what jar you would like it to go into. Whatever jar you're thinking of, that's where the water's going to go. And it's not always a conscious choice. That's what we are training ourselves to do. That's this whole idea of practice and repetition and forming habits, is that whatever comes up first, whether it's conscious or unconscious, that's where the water's going to go. That water is our attention. And the more that we can practice that, we can pay attention to that, and we can really understand that that is the truth of this life navigation, the more we are going to align with what we really, really want. With that, let's talk about dreams for a minute. Things that you really want to actualize, that you have the desire to actualize, that you know you're going to actualize in your life. The one key I would say is to understand that that is going to unfold just as natural as your day is unfolding now. Regardless of what it is, regardless of how far-fetched it may be, regardless of what kind of negativities come up when you think about that dream life, you have to just realize, don't fall into them. The universe is just showing you the blockage and the barriers between you and living in that state. It's nothing more than that. We make it more than that because we want to be fixers, so we insert ourselves in the doubt, the reasons why it's not going to happen, and we try to figure those things out, but there's nothing to figure out. It's just something to be aware of. Just as natural as you get up in the morning, you fix yourself some coffee, you walk outside and play with your dogs, or you get in your car and you head to the local coffee shop and you do some writing, you people watch. It's just as easy to drive to your own coffee shop, hold your own writing class, fix drinks for the community and water the plants that sit outside. That is just as natural. We're just experiencing the barriers to entry before that becomes manifest. We have already actualized dreams over and over again. What's happening is, as a collective, we're really waking up to the understanding that we have a foot in that, we have power, we're able to really consciously observe that, not to get it confused with controlling that or manipulating it. And we do in a way manipulate it, because we take certain actions to align with certain vibrations and therefore outcomes. But it's with that pure intention, you know? It's with that openness of heart, that willingness to change and shift directions. It's beautiful. And with that, those barriers to entry, those blockages, we can describe them as problems, hardships, issues. I like blockages. I like barriers as well, because we're moving through them. We're figuring out how to move through them. And here's an analogy. So you have a bunch of gorgeous bowls sitting out in front of you, and these bowls represent your blockages to get to the other side, or they just represent your problems that you hold the space for in life. And you know some of the bowls, but they're still here, and you have a gorgeous jar of gold marbles. And that jar, those gold marbles, represent your awareness. Sometimes when we look at the bowls, there's already marbles in them, and that's calling us to allow our awareness to explore that bowl. Let the marbles move around the bowl. Let them change directions in the bowl. Let them really be in that bowl. Even though there's lots of bowls, those marbles are only focused on that bowl. Like our awareness can only be focused on one blockage at a time. And when it spends the time in the bowl, it gets to learn what the bowl's made of. It gets to get a really close look at the details of the bowl. It gets to understand the handcrafted nature of the bowl. It gets to see the colors of the bowl. Just like our blockages, we get to see where they came from, how they were crafted, why they are the way that they are now. Hey fam, I had some technical difficulties recording the flow today. The recording just kind of stopped, so this is going to be the wrap up. I just want to reaffirm the power that you have in creating the life that you experience, how your perceptions really are telling of the mold that your life is going to fill. Overall, I want you to leave with an empowerment and a deeper understanding of the fact that even the littlest ideas that we let hold space in our minds are going to contribute to the play out of our experiences, of our time on the planet. It's truly beautiful. It's beyond anything that we can construct on our own free will. It's something we get to play with. And yeah, I apologize for the wrap up kind of being this way, but I just want to bring us back to center, bring us grounded as you exit this video and step back into the creation of your reality. I hope you were able to fully engage with the flow and just let your mind play, let it sit where it must. And as you step back into your life, allow your perceptions to change. Allow yourself to be more mindful with where you're putting your attention, not on the difficulty, not on the struggle, but on the way you're going to maneuver through that struggle, the way that you're going to overcome certain circumstances. And know that it's written. It is inevitable that you live the life that you truly desire. It's just a matter of how smooth the delivery is going to be, you know? With that, as always, so much love for this community. Thank you for your light. Thank you for sharing who you are and being who you are, and let the world know who you are. I would love to hear from you in the comments, any feedback. Love writing the stories. I've gotten back to a lot of you via email, so if you want to connect in that way, check out my website on the link, or connect on Instagram, where I put little spurts kind of all over the place for my Earth and I fam, which I love and I'm super grateful for. So as we wrap up this video, walk in your power, be in your power, and don't let anything overwhelm you. Let yourself overwhelm the beauty of, that doesn't even make sense, okay? I'm trying really hard right now because I kind of lost the flow when I was watching the video, but that is life. That there is life, my friends. And I'm not going to focus on that. I'm going to focus on the beauty that we created and that we tapped into with that. And I try to summarize everything before I hit pause, but you know what? I'm just going to blow you a kissy and let you know that you're living in alignment, and that's going to continue to unfold for you in the best way possible. All right, come back next time, my love. I'll see you then.